What is up? So, could your funeral be the answer? That is today's question. As always, welcome to Optimal Self Live. And what a crazy question that is, right? When you see it, what does that initially feel? What do you feel when you see that? Could your funeral be the answer? Well, let's dive in. Let's see. So here it is. There's a quote, and there's actually in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen Covey. If you haven't read it, stop what you're doing. Don't even pause where you're at right now and get on Amazon and get the book. And habit number 2 is titled Begin with the End in Mind. And so what does that mean? Well, what Dr. Covey talks about is he says to begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination, right? We talk a lot about goals and we talk a lot about these things, but we got to have a destination. It means to know where you are going so that you can better understand where you are now, and so that the steps that you take are always in the direction of where you want to go. So we must begin with the end in mind. So let's take a deeper look. In that chapter, Dr. Covey does an exercise, a visualization exercise. I don't want to give it to you now. And what it is this: just listen to me, just pay attention, just buy into it for a second. Again, he says it always: get to a quiet place, but more importantly, just open your mind for a second. Okay? And here's what he says. So now imagine you're at a service and it's your service. And I'm going to shorten it a little bit. There's 3 speakers. You have one that's your immediate family. Maybe it's your, son, daughter, aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, mom, dad, whatever. The second speaker is your close friend, somebody close. Somebody probably popped into your head right now. And number 3 is a coworker, some work professional, somebody that maybe in your job or in your profession that you've run along with. Those are the 3 people speaking at your service. It's very simple. What do you want them to say about you? How do you want them to describe you, to describe your character, to touch on your contribution to their lives and the lives of others that they know? What difference or impact would you want to have made in their life? Sit with that for a second. This is one of my favorite chapters in all the thousands of books I've read, because it really makes you think about, am I actually leaving the impact that I want to leave? Am I truly beginning with the end in mind? But what I also want you to think about for a second is this same context can be brought into any part of your life, because it's the same thing. When we have a goal or when we have an idea, right? We must have, and then all we have to do is go back and ask ourselves, what are the things that are going to make that happen? Because if we don't get clear, we don't understand what we want, how in the world can we ever get it? So I want you to think about this for a second. Who is the best version of you? What does he or she look like? How does she walk? How does she talk? What does she do? How does she dress? Because if we can't visualize that person, if we can't see them, how in the world can we build them? And how can they take us to where we want to go? Because again, you have the opportunity. We talk about this all the time, is you are in control of creating who you are and what you want. You are in control. But you have to take back that control by taking responsibility. So let's begin with the end in mind. Let's take Dr. Covey's advice and let's really take a look at ourselves and ask ourselves, because look, if today was the end, did you make the impact that you want? Did you touch the lives that you wanted to? Did you become that person, or did you limit it because of those beliefs that we have, because of something that happened to us, because somebody told us we weren't good enough or tall enough, we weren't smart enough? Are we limiting ourselves by the own narrative that we have? Because this is your opportunity. You have the opportunity to create the best version of you. But it starts with the end in mind. So create that person in your mind and you can have it. Because everything happens twice. Dr. Covey says this in I don't remember if it's the same chapter or right around that. But everything in your life happens twice. It first happens in your mind, and then it happens in reality. But yet we don't take the time to truly get clear on what we want or who we want to be. We don't get clear on what that is. And so then we sleepwalk through life. This is your opportunity to get clear, because when you get clear on it and when you know what it is and when you know what that destination is, it's very easy to take the steps in that direction. You have the power. We just talked about this the other day. Go back a couple episodes, because we talked about the moment that you make that decision, the universe conspires to help you, because we are truly based, our actions are based on our identity. And when you believe you can have that, when you believe that you are, and you believe, and better yet, as I tell you, for me, it's more about impact. And I said, what kind of impact do I want to leave? Do I care how many people watch these? No, because there's going to be one out there that it's going to affect. And that's all that matters. That's why I'm here. So what impact do you want to leave? How do you want to touch people? The people that are right now. Don't look outside that, right inside your life right now. Who, what, and how. And once you get clear on that destination, now it's very easy to live that way. It's very easy to take the steps that will get you there. But you got to get clear. And you got to start with the end in mind. Build the goal. And then become the person who can be and have that goal. It's all up to you. All right. That's all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is, again, one of my favorite chapters. Please, give Dr. Covey some love. He is incredible. This book is, I don't even know, 30 years old and still so many great lessons. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Please jump on. Please take a read and tell me what you think. Dig into it and post in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Because for me, it was one of the most profound, one of the most life-changing books that I've ever read. And I'm glad I get to share it with you. And as always, jump on over to 𝗵𝗲𝗘𝗵. Please, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the podcast. Give us some rates, some reviews. And as always, there's somebody in your life right now that truly, truly needs this. Share it. Because the more that you share it, there's somebody in your life that you can touch that we can't. Share it with them, and hopefully they get some benefit and they can get on the journey to their optimal self, because they deserve it. So do you. All right. Have an awesome, awesome night. And as always, get your ass out there and be the best version of you. Take care.